everybody, this is Cherie with Rehash Fiber. Today you're going to learn the knit stitch. And if you knit every row, you've then made the garter stitch. Alright, so you've cast on your first 10 stitches. Now we're going to learn how to knit them. You're going to hold the needle in your left hand that has the stitches on it. Move the tail out of the way. Now there's one thing I want to teach you before we even get started is how to hold the yarn. It happens so naturally for me, we're going to have to go through this slow motion. Alright, so the yarn goes under the pointer, over the middle, under the ring, over the pinky. This is how I have control of the yarn. Now, the needle goes into the first strand of yarn in front like so. Now that you have control, you're able to wrap around the back needle. Do not pull too tight or things will get very tight and you won't be able to pull things through or knit at all. And then you're going to bring it through. You're going to push off the first stitch with your pointer finger on the left. Here we go for the second one. Again, you've held the yarn the whole time with your right hand. Go into the needle, wrap around the back, bring the needle under, pull through. Oops, you see it almost fell off there. The best advice I ever received, not ever, one of the best pieces of advice for knitting early on is that I was told work on the end of the needles, and that is helpful because if your yarn's far down on them then everything gets tight and it's just harder to deal with. Go into the needle, wrap it around, and bring it through. This whole time you've never dropped the yarn from there. Wrap around, bring through. And there you have it. You're knitting. So my advice to you is start knitting and do it until it's comfortable. Knit back and forth until it's a comfortable thing. It might take a couple of weeks. Once you feel like you have it and the yarn's not too tight in either hand and not being weird, then we can go on to the next stitch. So you see, they all got transferred to the right needle. Now we just swap. Now I'm using a circular needle. That's just because it's more comfortable for me. But these could very well be two straight needles of any length. All right, and that's simply how you do it. You turn it over and you go again. Now, if you knit every row, it's called the garter stitch. So we are doing the garter stitch. But here we go, it's knitting every row. All right, you got the idea. Happy practicing, happy knitting.